Designed for the New Republic but made famous serving General Leia's resistance, the Incom Frytech T-70 X-Wing functions as the successor to one of the most legendary starfighters in galactic history, and succeeds in seamlessly improving upon the older design of the T-65B without sacrificing any of the classic model's reliability. Taking full advantage of developments in technology following the Galactic Civil War, the T-70 boasts improvements in armor plating, torpedo loadout, sublight acceleration and subspace communication. The ship was brought into service after the Battle of Jakku and served as the mainline fighter craft of the New Republic for many years. During this time, the ship became popular with local militias and planetary defense forces, and this great demand led to the craft becoming highly abundant across civilized space. 12.48 meters long and bearing the classic cruciform frame of its predecessor, the T-70's visual aesthetic is fully representative of its improvements over the T-65B. Where once there were 4 separate electromagnetic gyroscopes, the ship now carries only 2, but separates them at the centre when opening its S-foils. This gives the T-70 a far sleeker profile than the T-65B. The T-70 is also coated in sensor-scattering ferrosphere paint, making the fighter far more difficult to detect. The T-70 is extraordinarily well armed for its size, carrying 4 Taeman-Bak KX-12 laser cannons, an advanced rapid reload torpedo system loaded with 8 miniaturized proton torpedoes, a pair of secondary launchers compatible with both concussion missiles and mag-pulse warheads, and an underslung blaster turret. In spite of this extensive loadout, the T-70 not only manages to maintain the speed and maneuverability of its predecessor, but in fact surpasses it, creating a truly lethal space superiority fighter with the armament of a light bomber and the agility of an interceptor. Though the T-70 proved popular with New Republic pilots across its career, the Military Disarmament Act ultimately led to the ship being withdrawn from service and replaced in fewer numbers by the new T-85 X-Wing. Though no longer at the cutting edge, the T-70 remained readily available from various starship manufacturers. This allowed several sympathetic senators to provide General Leia's resistance with multiple T-70 squadrons for use against the First Order. In spite of its increasing age, the T-70 remained superior to the First Order TIE fighter in combat. This divide was mostly owed to the First Order's general design philosophy, electing to produce massive numbers of simpler, lower-cost fighters, much like their Imperial predecessors. The T-70 was compatible with a wide variety of astromech droids, and featured a ventral loading socket which automatically varied its housing size to suit different units. Much like its Alliance forebears, the T-70's use of astromech units allowed for minor in-flight repairs, as well as providing redundancy for the ship's astronavigation and data storage systems. The location of the T-70's loading socket also greatly increased the ship's scramble speed, negating the need for an astromech loading crane. One particular T-70 X-Wing, codenamed Black 1, saw extensive modification at the hands of its pilot, Commander Poe Dameron. From behind the controls of this fighter, Commander Dameron led the famous Black Squadron and went on to command resistance forces during the assault on Starkiller Base. Though much of the Resistance's fleet of X-Wings was lost during the assault, the T-70 played a crucial role in the destruction of the First Order's superweapon. The small fighter's unusually large torpedo complement allowed Resistance forces to neutralize the weapon's thermal oscillator, causing a cataclysmic chain reaction which led to the destruction of the entire planet. Even years after its official decommissioning, the T-70 remains one of the most versatile and well-rounded starfighters in the galaxy, and continues to serve the Resistance well in their continuing fight. Sleeker, faster and tougher than the T-65B, the T-70 improves upon its predecessor's iconic design flawlessly, and in battle with the First Order, the ship has time and again proven itself more than worthy of the name X-Wing. Thank you for watching Spacedock. Please remember to like, subscribe and share for more science fiction spacecraft summaries. If there's a particular spacecraft you'd like to see looked at, let me know in the comments below and I'll get right on it.